This video is for entertainment purposes only. Do not replicate it. Alright, now that my ass is covered, that don't sound right, but just bear with me. Now that my ass is covered and I can't get in trouble legally because I told you not to do it, I'll start. So I had a free weekend like I did most weekends. Now I'm pretty booked up, always working, but I used to have basically every other weekend free, and I would do crazy shit. I would just basically live my 20s like I was in my 20s. But I drove down to the city because I live up in the country, and I hung out with my cousin and a couple of our friends. And what I mean by hanging out is we would go to my cousin's house and sit inside for 2 to 3 hours before finding anything to do. But eventually we decided to drive around, text some people, see if there was any parties or anything we can go do. That was relatively cheap because none of us have any money. We're pretty fucking broke. Nobody really texted us back. I mean, we got a couple messages, I'm pretty sure, but we didn't want to go do that, or they were just really far away. And I had already driven like an hour to get to my cousin's house, so I was not trying to drive super far to go hang out at some party with a bunch of people I didn't know. Eventually, after driving around for like probably what felt like an hour, or probably at least an hour, we ended up out in a parking lot outside of a liquor store. And we were all bound and determined to think about how we were going to get this alcohol. So we came up with a game plan in my car outside the liquor store. Honestly, we probably sat out there long enough to look very questionable to whoever was inside. So we probably didn't have good chances from the start. As we all know, when you put a bunch of teenagers in one room and tell them to come up with a good idea, all of the ideas are going to be fucking shit. And every single idea was shit. And none of them were going to work except one, which was the best idea we have ever had in our entire lives. I'm just kidding, that idea fucking sucked. We were going to walk around and ask a bunch of people to buy alcohol for us. And it didn't go super well. So we all decided to do this as a group. All of us were going to go up to one person and ask them to buy us alcohol, which maybe it kept us safe, but as a bunch of teenagers, you probably don't look very safe, or what is the word for this? Pleasant to talk to when you're walking up to random strangers when it's dark out. I probably should mention that it was dark. I was like 9 o'clock, 9:30. So not super late, but dark enough for some fuck shit to happen. You know what I'm saying? But we're walking around, asking people, walking in and out of some hotel, asking people on the side of the street, asking people out of their cars, and nobody is even like giving it a thought. They're like, no, we're not buying anything for y'all. Y'all look like you're up to no good. And we were, but eventually we stumble across this man, and my first thought was definitely not him. I'm definitely not giving him any money to buy me anything. And that reasoning was because he was in a hospital gown and he looked like he was on drugs. But all of us walk up there. One of my friends is like, oh, he'll definitely buy it. So everyone else jumped on board, although most of the money was my money, and I should have just said, no, I don't trust this guy. I didn't. If you're ever in that situation where you're giving up most of the money, if it's their money, whatever. If it's your money and you have a bad feeling about it, don't do it. It's not a good idea. But I'm an idiot, and I was like, yeah, fuck it. Everyone else thinks it's a good idea. Obviously, I'm wrong. I wasn't wrong. So we ask him, and he's like, oh, yeah, I'll buy y'all some alcohol. We're like, yeah, you can keep the change, whatever. And for one, we didn't have cash. None of us had cash. So we had to Cash App this guy money. And he's like, oh, yeah, I have Cash App. And I'm like, this guy doesn't have anything on him except a phone. Do we really think his Cash App works? And one, he doesn't have a fucking card or anything, which I think you'd use Tap to Pay, but still, not a good idea. But we still fucking Cash Apped this guy, thinking he was going to get us alcohol. Like, Yo, ideas, good ideas. Someone should have used their brain and stopped this, and it probably should have been me. It wasn't me, but we give him the money. He goes in the store, and we decide to go sit back in the car and move it. So we sit in the car and pull around front so we can see the entrance, because we don't want this guy to run away with our money, obviously. We wait like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and this guy still hasn't come out. And I'm like, should we send someone in after him? And one of my friends is like, oh yeah, I'll go in. So he walks in and doesn't even look at the cash register lady or nothing. No greeting, no nothing. He just walks in and starts walking around the aisles. And then he comes out of the store and he's like, guys, I don't see him. I don't think he's in the store. And then he sits back in the car and we're all like, well, maybe he's using the bathroom. We don't know. So we wait another 10 minutes. And then we're all like, oh yeah, he's definitely gone. He definitely stole all of our money. So we go driving around trying to find this guy. And I have no idea where he went. He just made off with probably $40 or $50. Like I said previously, don't do this. It's not a good idea. And also, a lot of times, cops will station themselves outside of liquor stores or incognito and wait for people to ask them money, ask them to buy them shit. Don't do it. Also, if someone snitches on you, they're gonna fake you out. Like, they're gonna find you out and you're gonna get in trouble. So don't do it. Not a good idea. Stay safe out there. Drink responsibly. What else? Wear your seatbelt. I'm just kidding. Do whatever the fuck you want, guys. I'm not your fucking dad, but stay safe.
Don't let anyone tell you what you should do. I got a clear view. We're gonna make it soon. Just keep pushing through. Yo, what you got to lose?